Hello, and welcome to News You Can Use. I'm your host, Pati Nash. As I'm sure many of you are aware, Red Clay's superintendent, Dr. Merv Doherty, recently announced that he will be leaving the district November 1 to take a job in Virginia. The district is now faced with the daunting task of trying to fill Dr. Doherty's rather large shoes. So I'm very pleased to have with us here today a woman who is at the center of the search, Ms. Cathy Thompson, our school board president. Welcome, Cathy.
Welcome, Patty. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the search, let's talk a little bit about the roles that certain groups will play in the naming of Red Clay's next superintendent. What is the role of the school board in hiring a superintendent?
So the school board's role is kind of multifaceted, but the school board needs to set forth a process that enables everyone to have input. So we've hired a vendor to help us do that. We want to make sure that we get the public's input, and by the public I mean students, staff, administrators, business, parents, teachers, anybody associated with the district and the community. We want their input into this. And then the school board will help develop the job description for posting for the superintendent, have it vetted, have applicants vetted against the job description, have the finalists present, so that we, the school board, can find and hire the best candidate that meets the qualifications that have been set forth based on all the input, especially from the public.
Right. Okay, great. And as you mentioned, to assist in the search, Red Clay has hired the Institute for Public Administration from the University of Delaware School of Public Policy and Administration. Can you tell us a little bit about the IPA and what they'll be doing for the district?
Yeah. IPA, the Institute for Public Administration, is a part of the University of Delaware. It's one of their programs that they run down there. It consists of a variety of university professors as well as retired and former superintendents from various school districts throughout Delaware, all of whom are very experienced. They will be working with us, and they've already begun working with us. We hired them as of the September board meeting. But they'll be working with us and helping us design a process that enables us to get input, that enables us to develop a good job description, that vets candidates against those job descriptions, that rank orders those candidates, and that provides us with a number of people that they think could perform the job, so that we can come up with semifinalists, ultimately finalists, and the board can then do its ultimate job of hiring the superintendent.
Okay, great. And what is the role of the public in the hiring of a superintendent?
The public's role is critical. We need the public to give us input. I mean, it's imperative in everything we do as part of the school district, as part of the school board. But we need the public's input so that we can determine what we have been doing right, what we need to improve upon, what the qualities are that people want to see in a superintendent, what they have seen that they like in things that the superintendent has done, and what they think the superintendent has to improve upon. We need that input so that we can develop a good idea of what we want our final candidates to really look like, so that we have the best candidates that we're able to have, and we can choose the one that meets the need.
Okay.
So it's critical, Patty. I can't say enough about how important public input is, not only in the superintendent search, but pretty much in anything that we do in the school district. Right now, our big task is hiring a superintendent.
Yes. And there's a series of meetings that have been scheduled. We'll be posting those dates and times for you during the show. They're called community conversations. What does that mean? Tell us what the conversation will be about.
Okay, so the community conversations will be occurring during the first 2 weeks in October. As Patty mentioned, the dates are there. And they're at various times. 3 of them are at 7 p.m. One is at 3 to be able to attract people that are earlier, and one is at 4:30 to attract people where that time period is better. But during the community meetings, everyone will be welcomed by a school board member. IPA will be running the meetings. They will set forth a presentation on what they're going to do. The IPA will then break the crowd into small groups so that they can process through the questions. And the questions again relate to, what is Red Clay doing well? What does Red Clay need to improve upon? What are we really looking for in a superintendent? What qualities are critical? The small groups then will kind of share that information with each other and ultimately provide that input to IPA. IPA will take that input along with all the input from the online survey and provide it back to the school board so that we can help come up with the best job description and best idea of what we're looking for in a superintendent that we can.
Okay, and hiring a superintendent is probably the number one role and job of a school board.
It is.
Aside from setting policy.
Correct. They're the two big things that we as a school board do.
Two big things that you do. But it sounds like the conversations are going to go even beyond who will be running Red Clay schools in the future to talk about the whole system and what we're doing well, where we can improve.
Correct.
So folks will have an opportunity to really affect the future of the district here.
No doubt about it, because I mean we have a strategic plan. Hopefully we're carrying it out. We're trying our best to carry that out.
Right.
But the community is the one that is receiving the services, so they know information differently than we may know information, and it's vital that we get that. Vital.
Yeah. Okay. And aside from the meetings, the district has put together a survey that will be available in English and Spanish on our website and other places. But let's talk a little bit about the survey. People can find it on the website?
Correct. It's in a prominent place on the website.
Okay. When does that close, the survey?
The survey is going to close October 11th to 12th time period, which is when all the community conversations close.
Okay.
So that all of that information can be assembled by the IPA and provided back to the board. It's going to take them a little while to do that.
Okay. And just so we're clear on the meetings, it's not like a different thing is going to happen at each meeting.
No.
The same thing will happen.
At every meeting.
So we're happy if you come to one meeting.
Absolutely. The idea was that people would attend one. If people can attend more, great.
Right.
But just one is what we're really asking for.
Okay. And what is the big timeline here for the search? When are we looking to try and accomplish this?
Yeah, what we kind of have IPA really laid out a neat process for us that we adopted at our September board meeting. But fundamentally, we're going to go through and get this input in October. And then in November, and develop a job description. We're going to post the job description in November. Candidates will be vetted in December. In January, we'll be interviewing and then there will be public presentations in February with the ultimate goal of voting on the superintendent at our February 13th board meeting.
Okay, terrific.
All of the board meetings are open, so the public is also very welcome to attend the board meetings and give input there too.
Yes, there's a public comment period
Correct.
at each board meeting.
Correct.
And the board members, I know, are accessible through their emails, which
Correct.
are on the website.
Correct.
So there's multiple ways that we're trying to establish to get as much community feedback on this as we can.
Correct. Plus there's the Facebook page that you started.
That's right. Red Clay Superintendent Search is a Facebook page devoted to the search where we'll be posting timelines, information, the survey. We'll be running some videos up there so you can see what's happening at the various community meetings. We're trying to keep the public as informed as we can.
Correct.
And as involved as we can.
Absolutely. That's really one of our number one goals throughout the process.
Okay.
We want to end up with a great superintendent, and we want to get there through all of this community input.
Okay, terrific. Now, Dr. Doherty is leaving, as we said, on November 1, and the district will be in the capable hands of longtime CFO Jill Flore. I know this was a unanimous vote by the board. Can you tell us why the board selected Jill as the interim superintendent?
Yeah, well, Jill has been a member of the senior cabinet and senior administrative team within the district for the past 10 years. She's been our CFO for 10 years. She's done an absolutely outstanding and admirable job as the CFO. She's gotten us really fiscally right. And so she's doing so well with the fiscal responsibility that we even are able to delay a referendum by a year, which is a fantastic
and the tax
outcome.
rate went down.
And the tax rate went down. Fantastic in this day and age where we're really the public school funding is a little underfunded. So Jill's been admirably involved in all of that. As part of the senior team, she has been involved in setting the direction for Red Clay, involved in each and every one of the Red Clay programs. She understands them inside and out. And the view was we wanted somebody that was going to come in and consistently handle the district while we were in this search, Jill seems to be the best candidate for doing that. She knows all the players. She knows how to work well with people. She knows how to work well with the board. She's very well respected by her colleagues, by all the people in the district, by the board. And we just thought Jill was an outstanding choice to carry us through this interim period while we're searching for our superintendent.
Okay, terrific. Well, that's all the questions I had, unless there was something else that you wanted to add about the search.
Now, the only other thing I'd like to add is what I've stated previously. We need and want the public input, and the public means students, teachers, administrators, cafeteria staff, bus drivers, everybody in paraprofessionals, everybody involved with the custodians, everybody involved with the school, parents. Of course, we want all sorts of parents' inputs, PTA. We want community input. We want business leaders. We want business communities. We want all of that input so that we can help continue to have Red Clay be the preeminent school district in the state of Delaware.
Terrific. So if you cannot attend one of the 5 meetings, please take a couple of minutes. I think it's 7 questions, Cathy,
7.
the survey?
Yes.
7-question survey on our website and on our new Facebook page, Red Clay Superintendent Search. So we're asking once again to let us know what you think, because the board members are clearly listening. So thanks very much, and thank you, Cathy, for
Thank you,
coming on
Patty.
today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, and please stay with us, because when I come back, I'm going to tell you about a great new scholarship program we have in Red Clay for future teachers and some upcoming events. So please stay with us. Thank you.
In Red Clay, there's more to being a school nurse than just giving out Band-Aids. Sure, we help prevent the spread of flu and other diseases, but did you also know that we work with physicians to coordinate care? We administer medication and manage chronic disease. We coordinate sports physicals and provide education to students, staff, and communities. We deal with stomach aches, sprains, and nosebleeds. We conduct screenings for hearing, vision, and so much more. Plus, we document it all. And sure, we give out the occasional Band-Aid or 2 as well. Red Clay Nurses, keeping your kids healthy is what we do best.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
You are watching EdTV.
When?
Now.
You are watching EdTV.
You're watching EDTV. EdTV, okay.
It doesn't look like a big Go.
That's all, folks.
Hi, and welcome back to News You Can Use. We wanted to let you know about a scholarship opportunity available for students in Red Clay who would like to be a teacher. The district has received a grant to help recruit our own students to become future teachers in our district. We'll accept up to 10 participants in this program, where students will explore education careers and prepare for college through innovative activities facilitated by Stacy Stryeski, the lead teacher for novice teacher education here in the district. Students will receive mentoring from current college education majors, as well as district staff, to ensure a successful transition from their senior year to college campus. The scholarship amount, which will be determined, will be used toward the cost of tuition at either Wilmington University or the University of Delaware, and they may be awarded to select participants who successfully complete the Future Educators Academy. Participants will also have a chance to interview for a position within the Red Clay Consolidated School District upon successful completion of college and all required teacher certification assessments. Criteria 1 is high school seniors who will be majoring in a teacher education program in college at either Wilmington University or the University of Delaware. Special consideration will be given to students majoring in critical needs areas and to underrepresented groups. Attendance at the Saturday sessions, they run from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, and it's mandatory on 5 dates. The sessions will be held in the library at Cab Calloway. Please direct all your referrals or your questions to Christine Smith or Stacy Stryeski at Red Clay Schools. Thank you. Coming up, our superintendent, Dr. Merv Doherty, prior to being superintendent, was a high school and a middle school principal. And for several years, he's given a course to parents on how you can plan your child's high school years so that they have a successful experience in high school and, going beyond that, a successful experience in college. You'll learn how to support your children as they make their way through high school and beyond. The class is intended for parents of students in grades 6 through 9, and it'll be held on October 15 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the boardroom at district offices. The class is free and it's open to the public, but does require pre-registration. To attend the class, please call me, Pati Nash, at 552-3716. And if you've ever wanted to have a say in the future of Red Clay's facilities and buildings, you should consider becoming a member of the Facilities Committee. The committee was established to assist the Red Clay Board of Education with facilities oversight and ensure community involvement in our processes. You provide verification and of projects, changes to the scope of major capital improvement projects, and long-range facilities plan. You provide a medium for the dissemination of information, reports, and materials to the community relative to its buildings. And you provide consultation and guidance to the Red Clay School Board on matters relating to minor and major capital improvement projects. Anyone interested in serving on the committee can send a letter of interest or call Assistant Superintendent Ted Ammon at 1502 Spruce Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19805. And to learn more about the committee, you can attend one of the meetings. They're held at Baltz Elementary School. You may be aware that we have scheduled a series of back-to-school open houses, which provide an opportunity for parents to make a connection with your child's classroom teacher or teachers, obtain an overview of the school year, and become acquainted with classroom rules and procedures. While it's not a time for conferences about individual students, Back to School Night is an opportunity for parents to learn about expectations and events that teachers have planned for the school year. Information about daily schedules, behavior management, subject area content, and methods of classroom teachers often suggest ways for parents to become involved in their child's education. They offer tips on how to have a successful school year. Communication between home and the school is vital to student achievement, all the studies say. And this is one way that you can ensure that you're becoming involved in your child's education. The Back to School Nights will run from September 24 through October 3rd, and there is a schedule of these Back to School Nights on the Red Clay website at redclayschools.com. And finally, again, we'll talk about Dr. Doherty. In light of his recent announcement that he's going to be leaving Red Clay, we've decided, the organizers of the annual Red Clay Hall of Fame Gala have decided to focus this year's event on Dr. Doherty. The annual dinner is held in partnership with the Red Clay Education Foundation and recognizes teachers and community leaders who have shown outstanding effort. And what better way than to show Dr. Doherty how his efforts have been appreciated over the years. The event this year will be held on Tuesday, October 30th, 2018. Please look on our district website to purchase tickets or sponsor a table. Thank you very much. That's all we have for today's News You Can Use. I hope you enjoyed the show and that you join us next time. Thank you.